would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
A big play that time on the catch and run.
That was awfully nice. Hit him in stride, and off he went. It was almost like the ball hitting him was like him receiving a baton, and he was running the anchor leg in a relay race.
The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Asante Samuel Jr. that time up to make the tackle.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Second and 5 now. Fields. This one swung out to Montgomery. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
On 1st down, Fields. Flush to his right. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And power running here down to the 6-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Running with Montgomery from the pistol. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
At the 2-yard line.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Here's a run now with Kittle. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends. They hand off to their big tight end. And he is going to lose yardage here. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time, because let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Now Fields on 3rd and goal. Escaping the pressure right. And this is taken in by Wilson for a Bears touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bears cut into that lead. Extra point by McCrane, up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14.
Bears 7.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. 5-3 their record at the halfway point, and you have to imagine that there are folks saying, hey, if we do that again in the second half, we're 10-6 and we're a playoff team.
I do think, though, that they have a couple things working against them, and number one, the schedule, that's going to toughen up a bit, because they've got some division games down the stretch, and those are always difficult. Number two, you know they've got to stay healthy. That's the key to getting to the playoffs and winning in the playoffs. But they've got a shot at it. This is a good football team.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
6 yards to go.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Oh, fires this one downfield for Chubb. He's got a man, complete. A big connection on that one. 34 yards.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
Here's Chubb on the read option. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Flushed out right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack. That's a step in the right direction defensively here because you're facing this sizable deficit. They're going to need more plays like that. A good sack, though. Good effort there.
And what you're hoping is, as you said, a step in the right direction, and that means it's something to build on. So you get the first one, and hopefully that can ignite them, and now they can make a few more plays and get back into this game.
80 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Nick Chubb on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Prater for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Well, this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 25-yard
line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they've got less than 30 seconds to go here, so not a lot of time to work with. Going deep downfield for Ross. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Vikings are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Play action, now it's Tua. Going right side here, and that's complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already, they need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. One play action. Fields. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. The passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And a throw there going to be incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over it.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Running for it, Montgomery. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. Setting to throw on first down is Tua. That is caught at the 7. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
While we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Chubb. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear...
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure.